Everybody, you know what day it is today? It's Monday, August 20th, and that means it's the news with Chuck. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys had a good weekend. We're gonna go and we're gonna do what I always do. We're gonna come in, we're gonna slam through some news and check out what's going on in the world of indie comics and indie advocates. First off, I'd love to start you on this bad boy right here. You might notice if you're a comic fan, which I have to assume that you are, you might notice some familiar voices and names on this little video. It's really nice, a really cool little inspirational video done by Tyler Carpenter of Draw and Talk. He's got a great YouTube channel. So if we check this out now, maybe we'll see some really cool stuff.
Every writer has asked themselves this one question: is my story good enough? Every writer has asked themselves this question as well: will people like my story? As a writer, here's my answer to both questions. Is your story good enough? No. Will people like your story? No. And who cares? But to truly have confidence in your storytelling, you need to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself that you put in your best effort. You need to tell yourself that you developed these characters that you created. You created an amazing plot, and you created a story that you are entertained by. The thing about writing a story is that that story immediately will become personal to you. This story is going to be your baby, and you're going to be taking care of it for a long time until it's all grown up and ready to be released into the world. Don't let anyone contaminate your baby. The moment you let other opinions run rampant throughout your story, everything will start to be second-guessed and tainted. The love that you have for that story will now be filled with fear, and that is not what you need. So if you're a writer, all I have to say to you is this: just keep writing every single day. Pen and paper, laptop, I don't care. Just keep writing.
This is Darcy's Gene, and if you're a writer, keep writing.
Hey there, this is Robert Livingston, and if you're a writer, then just keep on writing.
This is Steph Cannon. You're a writer, keep writing.
This is Frank Martin, and if you're a writer, keep writing. I'm Chuck PINEAU, and if you're a writer, then keep freaking writing. This is Wes Liddell, and if you're a writer, keep writing. This is Kelly Brock, and if you're a writer, keep writing. This is Jeremy Frazier, and if you're a writer, keep writing. This is Joseph Douglas, and if you're a writer, keep writing. This is Gary Ruddelli, if you are a writer, keep writing.
So once again, if you're a writer, keep writing.
Seriously, just keep writing. I know there are going to be days where you don't feel confident in your storytelling, but just keep writing.
That was nice. I like that a lot. I was really glad to be a part of that. Oh yeah, now that it's done, I widescreen it. That was really smart of me. But yeah, hopefully, if that's something that you guys like, please share that around. Show that to as many people as possible. No one on there, including Tyler who created it, no one gets anything out of this. Like, this isn't a monetary thing or anything any of us want to make any kind of money off of. I think we just want to spread the message that no matter what level of writer you are, no matter why you do it, whether you're just writing a journal for your own peace of mind, or you want to become the next freaking Stan Lee or whatever, just do it. Just make it happen. And that's all it's about. And so it's just a really nice kind of puff piece. And if that's something that you feel like, and hopefully it is something that you feel like needs to be shared, share it around. Show it off to as many people as possible. That's why it's there. That's the whole purpose of it. So with that, we got a really wonderful start. We're all pumped up and motivated, so let's check out The Crowding of Dragos #1, Fight or Surrender. Only a remnant of humanity remains, and their survival hinges on their choosing to fight or surrender to dragon shifters, the dragon. I believe this is by Brian L. Hawkins, who's magnificent writer. Does some fantastic work, and these guys are doing really good. Let's look into this one real quick. I'm pretty sure they're already funded. So let's see how well they're doing right now. All right. Let's check out their Kickstarter, see what's going on. Oh, come now. It's always nice when you have a computer that fucking sucks. This is why people don't let your friggin' kids use your computer. I'm like almost 100% certain that they're more than funded and moved on to stretch goals. So at least that means that you know that you'll get your great comic out of it and more than what you've paid for. So that's always nice to see. Throwback Thursday. Today's art for the summer of creation was brought to you by. It doesn't say. Let's go check it out. La la la, brought to you by. Okay, that's a pretty sick page actually, with after inkings and everything. Okay, that's some sick fantasy. I like that. Who is this? Steven Messina. Okay, from Dark Moon Comics anthology. That really seems like something that would be right down my alley. I love the fantasy shit. That's awesome. Action Mice are coming for your fandom. We've spoken about Action Mice a fair amount. You can check them out, facebook.com/Action Mice. Coming soon, you got Jump Jet. That's Brian Germain. Brian Germain's a really good dude, really good creator. He's done a bunch of stuff, so this is his superhero. Excited to see what they bring with Jump Jet. And that was a disgusting yawn. Judge Dredd cosplayers groups are coming to a con near you in the UK. Okay, well, I'll be honest, I'm not in the UK, so they're not coming near me at all. But that's cool as hell. And look at that van. I mean, it's got the Judge Dredd like mask on the van. That is kick ass. I want something like that. How do we get that van, guys? Let's get an IndieAdvocates van. Just because I know if you've watched any of Rob Anderson's videos, he drives a van, which of course he's gonna need, especially for going to all the cons and stuff, being able to put stuff on there. We need to get a wrap and just like wrap that thing up all IndieAdvocate style. Either that or fetish babies. What do you think, guys? We'll put some. We'll put Barb on the front cover, like right there on the hood. I think that'd be hot. I'd be all about that. Meet the creator. Speaking of hot, here's creator Dale Lazarov. And sticky graphic novels. Always love to see, just man. I've spoken it before, but he does what looks to be homoerotic books and whatnot and all sorts of stuff. And I just like the fact that people can get anything out of comics that they want, And I mean, whether erotica is your thing or isn't. It's just nice to see that it's there and that he has an audience that is interested in that and that there's not an issue with that. So I like that a lot. I think everyone wants to see a piece of themselves or even sometimes something that's not them at all. And it's nice to see that it's there. So that's definitely something terrific. Okay, this is Bob Sally talking about Ogre. Ogre's really cool. Ogre is being distributed through Diamond, so that's a huge deal. It's Source Point Press book, and I mean they're just out there trying to get this book going, and I believe the first three, if I'm correct, the first two books are done, and they're working on the third, and I believe it's like a 3 or 4 part miniseries. So, and I think today was the last day to pre-order it, so. Go to your local comic shop, pre-order Ogre. I do not believe at all that you will be disappointed. Comic-Con Highway Western Exit. Honolulu, Hawaii. You've got William Doc Grant. I don't know who's more lucky. Honolulu for getting William Doc Grant or William Doc Grant for being in Honolulu. But either way, there's a lot of winners. IndieAdvocates Workshop at Daytona Comic-Con. I want to get in on one of these, and I'm hoping, my aim is to do a Comic Con, and I think we actually have decided that we're aiming to do MegaCon next year together, Rob and I. So I would love to be in on one of these bad boys. That would be just cool as hell. So as much as I want to be in one, hopefully you guys are nearby and you'll want to see one, which would be fantastic. Wayne's Comics Podcast episodes. This is the SDCC 2018 and the future of the industry. So I mean that's actually definitely something that should be checked out and looked into, especially I say stupid things like, oh, if you like comics, you fucking like comics, you're here. So yeah, if you like this stuff, this is just all stuff that you should just be checking out. It's just that easy. Like supporting indie books and have kids. This is The Bean. It's by Tom Rapka. So Tom Rapka, I've seen a lot of stuff out by him, and that looks cute as hell. It looks almost like something that was done in oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, I'm disgusting. It looks like almost something that was done in paint, but I think I like that just because it is what it is. Comic-Con Highway Western Exit, Fort Collins. I believe that's Colorado. Wendy's at Colorado? Okay, yeah. My good partner here, Wendy, has told me that Fort Collins is in Colorado, so that's going to be a cool one to check out. And Harold White will be there. Never mind the Furthermore with Brian K. Morris, and he's talking about Springfield Microcon that was on Saturday. He did the wrap up, so that's worth checking out for sure. Comic-Con Highway Midwest Exit. We've got Springfield. Yeah, okay, so this is the same convention. This is just, rather than him talking about it, this is us talking about it. We've got Northern Exit, Vermont Comic-Con with Gary Henderson and my dude, Michael Wagner. Very excited for that. Hey, and I mean, Michael Wagner he has lettered and edited so many things, guys. Like, he has worked on so much stuff. He helped me with my own with Welcome to the Void, and he's currently working on the second Welcome to the Void. So, so this is something we've been talking about. Haven't mentioned it here, and that's actually something that I should put in Comic-Con news. But since I haven't, why don't we just talk about it right here? Welcome to the Void. The more reviews we got about it, and the more people who talked about it, the more we realized it wasn't a good first issue. That does not mean that it was a bad comic by any means. It wasn't. It's that it wasn't a good issue 1. So what we've done is, because it's shorter and because it's not the same team as who will be doing the book from here on out, we decided to rebrand it as an issue 0. And it is very much an origin issue. It gets you started. So I think that has worked out really well. So the team is currently working on issue 1. We're halfway through the pencils on issue 1. And the inks are already happening. Coloring will be happening soon after that. So yeah, really, really excited about that. And always excited to see Michael Wagner getting out there and selling. Plunger Boy number 5 is finally coming after 20 years. What? All right, let's just look at this. What? I know nothing about Plunger Boy, by the way. That is not something I'm aware of. But let's look into it a little bit. Okay. That didn't do what I wanted it to do at all. So let's try this one more time. We'll go back down. Plunger Boy number 5. I must have double clicked something. There he is. Plunger Boy 5 is finishing the series 20 years later before I launch my new book / Kickstarter. Okay. So they really didn't tell us. James Simon did not tell us much else. But if this is something that you feel like you would be interested in, and it's always nice to see, first off, to see number 5. It means that, they've been working on it, stuff's happening, that's really good news. And they're finishing, so it means that we'll get to see the end of it. And I don't know about you guys, but I always love a good ending. Conway, Florida Exit, Tampa, Yancey Street Comics, featuring, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to talk today. Blah, 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 blah. Featuring John Crowther. So, awesome. Bruno Sammartino's authorized biographical comic just launched, and you can catch up with him this Saturday at Yancey Street Comics. Good stuff. Comic-Con Highway Northern Exit. The Indian Con in New York will have Sebastian Bonnet. Yeah, that's right. I don't say bonnet because I parle français, mofo. Eh? Yeah, it's French Canadian, so I had to throw another A in there. Comic-Con Highway Southern Exit. In Virginia, we've got Jeff Weber. And he will be tabling at the Fairfax Comic-Con. Really like Jeff Weber. Really cool dude. Do you know he's also a practicing magician? Seriously, I shit you not. He is a practicing magician. And he's good. He actually, I remember we did an AMA with him and I asked him some questions. And I told him, like, I was really interested in his magic. And so he sent me some videos of his magic. And I was like, that's just cool. I don't even remember the tricks he did. But I was so amazed. It was really cool. So if you guys go to Fairfax Comic Con, you gotta tell him, Jeff, Chuck told me that you're a magician. Can you please show me some stuff? And I'm pretty sure that he'll be able to gladly take care of you. And he might be able to sell you some kick-ass comics. So, in the meantime, Geek Girl battles the Kickstarter monster this October 1st. So Geek Girl's on Volume 2, and we've got the new... I remember Ruby K was the first Geek Girl. I don't know who the second one is, but very exciting to see that happen. And I've only heard good things. About Geek Girl. So, good. New York City Comic-Con displaying it. We have some Dark Phoenix cosplay. That is kick-ass. I'm a big Phoenix fan. I think Jean Grey is one of my all-time favorite X-Men, and the X-Men being one of my all-time favorite books. So that's saying something. Joshua Black ends his reign on CAE Comics, but he has a point to his future. Okay. This is a review of all... Okay, so that's a review of all 8 issues of Joshua Black. So if that's something that you're interested in, I've spoken about reviews I don't know how many times, and it's really important for us to check out reviews. I mean, don't just buy things haphazardly. Reviews are there for a reason, and they're not like 100%. They're somebody's opinion, but at least they give you an idea. I've heard I don't know how many times people check out a bad review, a negative review about a book, and go, actually, that sounds like something I would want to read. Just because that person doesn't like it doesn't mean that what they're saying isn't still selling something. And I certainly don't know that they had anything bad to say about Joshua Black. But I'm just saying, no matter what it is, check it out. You have a better idea of what to buy and what might be interesting coming down the pipeline. In New York, we have Incredicon, and it's featuring Michael Gracia. It's really cool. We've got another FloridaCon. Oh, no, this is Florida. This is California. Palm Springs, California. Featuring Eddie D'Angelini. I love just how some of these names just come out of my mouth, and I don't even get it sometimes. Welcome to Creators Alley, and a video to explain why it's important. If you guys haven't checked this video out, I have, and I'm a part of it. And it's basically a constant Comic Con. It's a virtual Comic Con that's all going on, always going on. You can go to Creators Alley, and you can check stuff out. And you go through there, and there's like A, B, C, D all the way down. And then everything that's inside of there, there's booths for. So like in C, you'll see a booth for Chuck PINEAU. In A, you're going to find one for Rob Anderson, and F, you'll find one for Fetish Babies and all sorts of stuff. So go through there. I'm pretty sure H, you'll find one for Heresy Studios. And you get to see Dr. Orange, which is coming up soon. And all sorts of great stuff. So please check that out. Available in indie previews, Deaciders #1 of Wolf and Man. That looks pretty kick-ass, if I do say so myself, and I do, so that was said. The Other Side of Nowhere, Volume 1, Cornelius questions his origins, taking him and his crew into a journey of the unknown in this sci-fi space adventure. Very cool. Whispers in Necropolis #3 from the creators of Lily the Demoness comes the 3rd installment of the horror anthology Whispers in Necropolis. And that's a pretty hot cover. Not even just like, okay, the women are attractive and the whole thing is sexy as fuck, but it's a beautifully rendered cover, just absolutely beautiful. So I mean that makes me think, man, they got some solid art on the inside. Join the advocating Facebook group. Definitely, like if you just check out I feel like everybody checks out the Facebook, but if you only watch our videos, or you only watch or you only check out the website, this is your chance to actually go and see what's going on the Facebook group. You can actually speak to some of your favorite creators behind these indie masterpieces. Throwback Thursday, Tuesday's art for the summer of creation, brought to you by Dimitri Walker. That's really cool. I really like that. What would you call that? Flowers in the Astronaut? Sounds like a bad book, but that looks cool. You can be a sponsor of Indie Advocating. It's a free site that showcases. So let's look into this real quick and see. Nope. All right. Indie Advocates is a free site that showcases any and all creators who want to be featured. However, the costs associated with running the site are real and not cheap. It takes about $20 a month to run the site hosting. All those who contribute to the site do so to support the indie comics community. We need your help as a sponsor to help cover these costs. We currently are raising money to cover the $600 hosting bill, and any more afterward will go to promotional materials for the site. No profit will be made from this site, and any extra funds, if so lucky, will go towards improvement to the site and, if possible, the community. All sponsors will be featured here, and that's coming soon. And then he talks about why not just run ads, and of course, they do. Yeah, we do in fact run ads. However, the new way for ad revenue is based on clicks and purchases. We are constantly asked to upgrade ads to the point it will pop on your screen. We will not do this, as it is annoying as hell. Nor will we create clickbait to get people to our site. So ads don't work for us. And yeah, absolutely. I'm completely with them on that. How can artists and creators help beyond sponsoring? We will be offering gifts to sponsors depending on the level of donation. Having comics and or art to give away could help greatly, as well as making promotional art for the site. Oh, sorry, dead air and yawns. Oof. So that's everything about advocating. So you want this to keep going? I mean, I don't get paid to do this. I do this out of the love of indie comics, out of the love of Indie Advocates, and out of the love of Rob Anderson. Those are my triumvirate right there. Those are the big three that when I do this, that's why I'm doing this. Rob could use a Monday off, and I'm going to step up, and I'm going to help him out any way I can. Indie Advocates needs the news to be out there, so I put it out here on YouTube. And I love the sound of my own voice. Don't you? I can tell you do. Your silence speaks volumes. All right, let's check this out. Comic-Con. Okay, so this is Sebastian Bonet again. We've got some Bob Sally talking more about Ogre. Broke down and 4 dead bodies. I cannot talk enough about this. I'm actually... Travis and I are good buddies. I'm kind of checking out the second issue, which looks really good so far. And I've already read the first one, which was fantastic. It's really good stuff. I enjoyed the book an awful lot. This is going to be a series that's going to keep going, but in all sorts of different ways. Like you're not always going to be focusing on the same characters. It kind of, to me, almost has like a 100 Bullets feel, where it's just a lot of different gangs and stuff that all kind of interconnect as the narrative moves on. This Kickstarter is kick-ass because they're already into their stretch goals, and one of the first stretch goal was awesome. It was the best thing ever. It was so appropriate. It was everyone who got a physical copy also got a broke down and 4 dead bodies air freshener. And I love that. And you know what? I gladly bought me an early bird copy right away. And so that means that I'm going to have a broke down and 4 dead bodies air freshener hanging in my car in the next probably couple months or so, which is so exciting. You'll probably see a picture of it. The more swag, I'm such a slut for swag. Whenever I get swag, I try to show it off as much as possible. So yeah, you guys are definitely going to see that. An article on expansion of the Javits Center, the home of New York City Comic Con. Well worth a read, an exciting future for New York City. And for the con, Oh my gosh, my computer sucks. The Grand Machine #1. Everything you know is a lie. Uncover the Truth in the Grand Machine by Josh Gorfing. So there's something. Fetish Babies Aftermath. There's something. Fetish Babies Aftermath PDF is on the indie previews now. You can check that out. And I know the writer. I know the editor of that book. And I've read that book probably more times than anybody else on the planet, possibly including Rob himself. Great series, great book. It's moving towards a graphic novel and stuff, so picking up these books in their singular format is only going to happen for a short period of time, and then you'll only be able to get it in the graphic novel. So if you want floppies, if that's your kind of thing, and remember, these floppies, this is the first run, you know, this is the first major printing. That's a big deal. So it's also an investment of sorts. When Rob gets big and things go big for him, you'll have the first run, the floppies of Fetish Babies that no one can get anymore. That's just kick-ass. You can't beat that. Public Domain, the graphic novel, The Heroes of Yesteryear. Were they real or just serial actors? Public Domain unravels the mystery. Go to Indiegogo to back this new domain of possibilities. Throwback Thursday to Pedro Mendez. You won't be able to scroll your way out of this one. Okay, he's a penciler. And that's just talking about him and going into all of his different work and stuff. So we're going to go a little bit further into this, see what else is going on IndieAdvocates. You're damn right I'm going to leave. Fuck. We saw this already. We have some Superman. You've had Superman Blue. Now we've got Superman Black. And there's some cosplay from New York City Comic Con. Written Sins interviews co-creator of Fetish Babies, Rob Anderson. So, I mean, we get to see Rob speak an awful lot, but we don't get to see Rob speak about his own stuff. So this is your chance to go in, see him in an interview and talking about Fetish Babies. And anytime he talks about his book, Rob doesn't, you know, a lot of people just write and, you know, it can be amazing, but it doesn't mean that they're passionate about it. It doesn't mean that they care about it. Rob Anderson is passionate as fuck about what he does. He loves what he does. And Fetish Babies is something that's really near and dear to his heart. I know that in every way. So if you want to hear his passion flow through in his explanation of the book, you need to check this out. Now in the Indie Comic Previews, one of my favorite books, Bless the Children. I've actually reviewed this book multiple times. Once for this site, well actually twice for this site. Once in writing and once on video. I love this book, always do. There is literally nothing like this book unless you actually get a book from 1847. And if you can get a comic from 1847, don't read it. Put it in an envelope and fucking save it because it's worth a lot of money. So instead of possibly wasting money and destroying an incredibly expensive comic, pick up Bless the Children. How about IndieAdvocates? Rumble Kings. Rumble Kings is now funded and I believe is off of Kickstarter. So that's really kick-ass. War is continuing exclusively on Tapas. We got Dirk Manning's Right or Wrong. We've got The Nook, which we've been talking a lot about lately as well. The Nook goes live on Kickstarter August 26th. So it's just 6 days, less than a week, and you guys can get your Nook on. You thought I was going to say Nookie. You guys are terrible. Today's art for the Summer of Creation was brought to you by John Uloa. That's a beautiful piece, man. Let's check out the full version of that. Oh, screw you, Flight Surge. No one likes you. Alright, we're not going to see it, but it looks beautiful. I don't know how to be excited when my computer screws up. I'm sorry. First Written Sins interviews the Steel Wool Kickstarter creators about their Kickstarter. So that's another throwback. We have Lex Superman. That looks pretty kick-ass. That's some more cosplay from New York City Comic Con. This is Chuck's Raw Reviews on Dr. Orange. And I actually have another one coming out for The Martyrs, which is almost off of Kickstarter very soon. So I'm going to throw that up there as soon as possible. The Comic Con Highway, that's for last weekend. That was in Cali. Crowding and Dragos. So we're going back to a lot of the return of Mac. AJ Kincaid. This is page 7 for the Frontera Flash of Dawn comic, number 1. And that one, I think that one was on Kickstarter not too long ago. I believe earlier in June. And I've seen that one around a lot. It looks really good. The art is solid for sure. We got some more Throwback Thursday art from Kenny Rains. Mr. Fish Comics, where you can find all the latest online comics published by Mr. Fish himself. Not to be confused with D-Fish, two very different people with different styles for sure. Here's a new Nook pinup from Marcello Biot. The Samaritan, the abridged version, is now on Amazon, and there's a short review here from Rob himself. And this is the congratulations to the Rumble Kings. Yeah, I think we've gone through pretty much everything, guys. Yeah. So, yeah. There's our indie news for this Monday, August 20th. And let me just leave you with my friends. Peace, love, and comics.